Alrighty, fellas. Good morning. Good morning. How are we doing today? It is day 13 of the Halloween events in PokeMMO, Monday, November 11th. Currently at 55,937 encounters drive since my shiny hunt, so nothing crazy there. You know, maybe hopefully we'll get something at some point, but we're going to claim this Krokorok. We caught an alpha yesterday that had him, and it was just an easy 150k. I'll probably be doing a few swarm catches today. There's like a hound hour and stuff. We'll be doing some of that, but most importantly, I need to clear my boxes today, fellas. I have like a lot of junk in my boxes. I do. Firstly, we gotta just organize stuff. Like I'm gonna throw like my Spinnerack, like certain shiny Pokemon, my Shuckle, like a lot of this stuff needs to go over here. My one box is kind of turned into my utility box, but there's also stuff in here like all these alphas that I don't necessarily want to keep. The Golurk and the Scolipede maybe, but like this, like these can all get sold. Actually high level stuff, maybe the Absol we keep, or the Mandibuzz, because those could be good at raids. I don't know. It's honestly tough to tell what do we get rid of today, what do we not. But I also have sell one box over here and then sell two, so I'm gonna get up the Windows calculator and be calculating how much Pokeyen is expected to come in. It's just expected profit, not guaranteed, and it's also while selling Pokemon, but not counting how much it costs to get them. So, you know, don't take this number to heart as, oh my god, he made 4 million Pokeyen an hour by just selling Pokemon. No, that's not really how it works, right? It's a lot more complicated than that. So, but we're gonna start selling stuff. I want to sell my catch event catches. So I have all my catch event catches that I've kind of just been super lazy on. As you can see, week 2 was the Misty one, week 3 was Lieutenant Surge, and then week 4 was recently, we'll actually change this, was Erica. Speaking of the week 5 catch events probably coming up, I'll have to do a quick recap of that or a video on that here in a quick sec. But yeah, so we're gonna start clearing out our boxes. Here's the first 3 we're gonna tackle, and I'll see you guys with that progress and how much Pokeyen we get. Okay, I feel like the quickest way to sort your Pokemon and figure out whether they are good or not is something like this. So what I do is I do 20 plus in all stats, and then you do minimum required IV matches. You put like 4, and then some of these you might keep, some of these you get rid of. So for example, this Caterpie is 4 times 20 plus, but it's 20 plus attack and special attack, which is like kind of irrelevant. So I'm not actually going to be keeping that. Now all of these I have decided to keep because you do 2 searches. You do that one, and then you also do 31s in every stat, and then do minimum required IV matches 1. What that's going to do is going to search for any 1 times 31 Pokemon in your PC, which is these, right? So we know that off the bat. We can do the same thing in the other boxes and sort of just get to sorting like that. Week 1, week 2, week 3, sell the 1 times 31s. And then eventually we could just release all of this most likely. The problem is I do want to double check. You want to double check mail base prices of like certain egg group stuff. So we're gonna do bug mail, right? Let's see what bug mails cost at the lowest price. We're gonna do egg group bug mail, sort by lowest. It's like 2k Pokeyen, 3k Pokeyen. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we actually are gonna keep those, right? So that lets us know we want to keep all of these, all the males. All the females get released, unfortunately, because they're just not, you know, they're not worth as much Pokeyen. So we're going to select all of these by shift left click and then right click and release them all. Wait, that's actually ridiculous. Flaming Demon Skull almost at 6 mil, someone said in chat. Bro, it's still in the gift shop. It's still tied to RP prices. How is this possible? What? How much does 1,000 RP cost right now? Is RP? Ooh, I see. Wow. Okay. Well, RP has gone up in price, boys. Like quite a lot. Holy. Do I have any RP vouchers? I have 2. Ooh, I could just sell these for like a couple 100k profit, honestly. Or, I mean, that might be the play. That might honestly be the play. That's pretty wild. I mean, it makes sense. I think RP was really cheap for a really long time. RP is usually somewhere between like 2.2 and 3.2 mil, and we got really lucky for a long time. There were a lot of whales buying RP and selling it off, so there's a lot of supply. So RP was pretty cheap for a long time. It makes sense that eventually, you know, those whales got to slow down, the wallet fatigue, and it makes sense for us that RP would go up, unfortunately, right? So it's something definitely to be aware. I've been saying it for a long time. RP was super cheap. Let's check it out though. So 3 days left on buying the blue Flaming Demon Skull or the Flaming Demon Skull. I think I have 1 of each is my current position. I kind of want to buy more, boys. I kind of want to. I'm not going to lie. They just seem like they just seem like too flawless. Like it's kind of just ridiculous. Blue flaming, or ooh, look how the blue flaming is. There's like 10 listed. Where's the normal flaming? You don't see a normal flaming until this page. That's pretty wild. Interesting. So what I'm gonna do, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to, oh, it's so risky though. I kind of want to sell, but maybe it's just a FOMO. This might, maybe I'm getting baited, boys. This is like the final 3-day FOMO, possibly. This happens at near the end of every event. It's like, oh, it's, you know, we're running out of time. The problem is that same supply will still be there after the event is over, right? So we'll see, man. I got a question about goodie bags. Did the devs ever say why they do not tell us inside? So the devs don't tell us a lot of in-game information because their like mission and their goal in the game is to keep it more interesting and fun for players to discover things. And I respect that, and I like that, honestly. There's certain things that I wish they would tell us, like in the long, like legendary encounter rate, right? That was when they were released, it was a mystery. I was like, okay, that's cool. You know, that being a mystery for like the first 3 months of the legendaries, sure, that's pretty cool. It's been like over a year and it's still a mystery. That's a little funny. I think they should have just released those rates, right? But there's a lot of stuff like the gift bags, the goodie bags, the mysterious dust balls. They like the players to be able to discover that, and I feel like that's lost in a lot of modern day gaming. Everything has a guide for it made immediately. Everything is like totally fucking scripted out. Oh, you have all the information. I think having to discover or test or find some of the information on your own is kind of a lot of the fun of the game sometimes. Okay, I've sorted through these 3 catch event boxes, and this is everything that's getting released over here. There's a lot of water C and water B mails. These just don't have any real value. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of them. Yep. 5 times. Yeah, that's fine. Release all. And then next up, over in week 3, I kept all the Pikachu mails because fairy mail is a good aid group. Everything else can just get released. But there's a lot of stuff like you'd be shocked like that can like sell for money, right? So over here in week 2, these are the Mons. During that 1 hour of catch event, these are the Pokemon that I'll sell for some profit. Week 3, about 12 or so. And then week 4, we actually have a lot. It's crazy how much Pokeyen this probably will get made in week 4. That's pretty sick. This is a great point / question. Someone said Ditto prices are really high. Yes, this actually happens like every single time there's an event like this. Now, it's a mixture of Dittos did just become harder to catch, which hopefully should... I mean, the price of Shittos should mostly remain the same for maybe a little bit more. But honestly, 1x31 Dittos should start to regain their value over time, which is nice. Like, if a Shitto Ditto is... Look! Wait, the market is already healing! Oh my goodness! This is actually so good. I can't believe... This is why... Man, I know it's a controversial take, and feel free to disagree, but this is why I wanted netballs to be nerfed. The market is already healing. And partially, it's gonna be partially because the same reason why Shittos are high in price. Less people are farming Dittos right now because they're playing the event and doing other methods. So partially that is the case. We'll have to keep an eye on it after the event. 16k for a 1x31 speed Ditto. This is a good thing. A lot of people may see this and be like, oh man, like now it's going to be more expensive to breed Pokemon or whatever. That is true, but now Ditto farmers will make more Pokeyen. Now your breeds that you make will hold more value. As good IV Pokemon are less like supplied into the game, it raises the value, right? Like this is a very healthy thing and a good thing for the economy. You want Pokemon to have value. You don't want, like, it's a big problem with all the starters. I think all the starters right now, well look, even this is like, wait, let's see, they're kind of fixing. For a long time, a lot of the starters were worth like 2k, like just totally tanked their value. I would love to see starters regain their value. Some of these things having good base prices is healthy for the economy. That is super sick, dude. Okay, I'm starting to sell off some of my Pokemon. I've sold off the one thing so far, just one tentacle for 7,500 Pokeyen, minus 1k for the listing fee, equals 6,500. Next up, we're going to do 1x31 defense, same egg group, water C, but I want to include the bold nature. I don't know if this will actually raise up the price, especially at this point in the breed. It doesn't look like it, but I wanted to check it. Sometimes having the following nature, like bold on a 31 defense IV, especially like on a tentacle, can really matter. This is just going to go for 6,600 or so. So we're looking for this. Make sure it's actually being sold from there. We go. Boom. List this up. Wait a minute. Wait, I'm sorry. What is this? Wait, has no one noticed this? Wait, this is a massive deal. Did they change the way the listing fee works in PokeMMO? Wait, is this a sleeper? Wait, did no one notice this? Is this a sleeper change? Wait, did they just like turbo make it easier for newer players? Which is a good thing. 5%? Okay, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, previously, the minimum listing fee when selling a Pokemon on the GTL was 1,000 Pokeyen. So for new players, it was a lot tougher. If you were selling a Pokemon, right, and you sold it for 8K, you would get taxed 1K. Wait, now it's back. Wait, what? Is it a bug? Is it a visual bug? What? That's so weird. Okay, it's a visual bug, I guess. That is weird, though. Why? How did that occur? Did it actually charge me the 1K then? That's so strange. I don't know. That's literally just so strange. Okay, well, good to know. Now at least now we know. I mean, I've been pushing for that change for a while. I've been pushing for. I think it'd be really cool if you like raise the tax limit, right? Raise the tax list. So right now it's like the GTL listing fee maximum is 25K. Raise that to like 50K or whatever you need it to be, right? Let it scale higher, but then let the bottom out stuff also scale lower, in my opinion. Maybe even raise the, I don't know, max like 100. I don't know, right? But I feel like it can be tough sometimes for new players if you're selling a Pokemon for 5K, 6K, and you're getting cut 1K out of it, right? That's like 20% of your profits, right? That's a lot, right? So if it was able to scale better at the lower parts, yeah, I kind of do want like lower taxes on new players. It makes sense. It hurts them a lot more. I understand like it takes a lot of extra Pokeyen out of the game, which is nice, but I'd rather be scaling that up for players like me who I don't mind paying the extra. It may eat into my profits a little more, but I'm fine. I'm making plenty of Pokeyen. It's not a big deal. Yeah, speaking of Pokeyen syncs, no, Kuroshi, I super agree with this. We need a legendary sync soon. I think legendaries will just continue to go down in value, like continuously, because there's more and more coming into the game. People are just, there's not really like more demand, like some more demand via like, oh, raids and stuff, like certain ones being good, but it's not enough. The supply is just going to continue to outmatch it, right? So we need something to destroy or sink legendary, similar to how we have prismatic pearls, right? I said this like when legendary is released, we're probably going to eventually need a legendary sync, right? That's something to keep an eye out for in the game. So similar to prismatic pearls, right? Like shinies could just go down in value if they weren't being synced out enough, whatever. They get synced out quite a lot via breeding. There's a crazy stat that the devs said once that 60% of shinies that come into the game every single day are sunk out of the game via breeding and via prismatic pearls, which is pretty amazing. So prismatic pearls are an item you can like consume a legendary to an NPC for and get these items that can transfer hidden ability access. So they have some value, right? So it basically keeps things at a base price. It's similar to High Alchemy in old school RuneScape, if you're not familiar. I've talked about this item a couple times, and I understand why players would want it in the game. It's much more convenient, etc., etc. Nature mints are probably one of the most problematic and like market destroying items that we could add to the game. It's like, in my opinion, obviously, it is like maybe the worst thing we could add to the game. The reason why is that it would discourage so much more breeding, and it would hurt the value of Pokemon. It would encourage you to keep 5x31s instead of breeding them to sink them out of the game, right? You would stop so much good IV Pokemon sinkage, right? A good example is let's say you breed a 5x31, I don't know, Volcarona, whatever Pokemon, right? At that point, if Nature Mints existed, you could just buy a Nature Mint and then bam, you're done. But if it rolled wrong nature and Nature Mints don't exist, now you have to go buy another 4x31 with nature or another 5x31 and breed it out. And that's a big deal. When you're breeding out a 5 times, it literally hurts like the worst part nature mints, right? If you're breeding out a 5x31 Pokemon, that's equivalent to like 36 or 32 one times is. It's like a there's some ratio. It's crazy, right? But if you could just nature mint it, well, now you're just essentially like, you're not reducing the good IV Pokemon in the game, and the supply, it would just be horrible, right? What happens is you end up with deflation. I always say, a lot of people think that just inflation is just like a buzzword, right? People worry about PokeMMO having a problem with inflation. PokeMMO does not seem to have a problem with inflation at all. From my understanding, I'm not a fucking economist, right? But, the value of the Pokeyen seems to be holding pretty solidly. We seem to have a good amount of Pokeyen sinks and a good amount of items to buy, etc., etc. The bigger problem that PokeMMO has is deflation, which is the value of goods going down. So the value of yen seems to be pretty solid and hold pretty well. The problem that we have is things like 1x31 Dittos and such going down in price. Now, once again, I think that's actually starting to hopefully recover due to the netball nerf and due to like one times and like third IV Pokemon being more difficult to achieve. So hopefully we're on the, you know, the up and up and solving that deflation problem a bit, but we have to be way more aware of a deflation problem in a Pokemon game versus inflation. I didn't even think about this. No, you're totally fucking right, Don. A good example is nature. I didn't know about nature minting shinies. That would be insanely bad for the shiny economy if you could just nature mint a shiny as opposed to having to breed a full shiny Pokemon out of the game, right? To get that good IV, right? It's better for like, for selfish reasons, it's better like, oh, as a player, I don't have to spend as much Pokeyen, but I'm not a fan of, I don't care about making my selfish experience easier at the cost of destroying the game in 5 to 10 years time and destroying the economy. Any MMO with a broken economy usually is a dying game or usually dies out. You have to have a healthy economy for an MMO to succeed. This is not a bad price though. 31 HP water B males. The females are like 4K, but these are going for like 8K a piece. Let's see if we also get that same listing fee glitch. So here I typed it in first. It's 400 Pokeyen. Let's try to sell it. Well, now, okay, well, it adjusted. So, okay, maybe it's fine. What about this time? Let me do the same price first. We'll click right. Well, now it happened. Interesting. Let's now see if it takes away 400 yen or the correct 1K. Because if it takes away the wrong amount of Pokeyen, that's actually really bad, and I'm gonna have to like maybe stop stream to go report this bug ASAP so people don't abuse it. Let's see. 23,260. Okay, thankfully it is just a visual bug. It just takes away. That's good. That's a good thing because we don't want people abusing that. Okay, good news, boys. Just a visual bug, much different than a mechanical one. Ooh, good. A little scary to test a bug like that live on stream. I don't want people abusing it, but we're here, so what are we gonna do? Glad it's fine, boys. I'm curious to see what this Magikarp goes for. 31. Oh, it's 31 attack. 31 attack, which is better. Jolly nature. Dragon. It's not male. Wow, that's like solid though. 9,800. Legit not bad. Legit not bad. We'll do 8,800 on the calculator. I like this way of making Pokeyen because it's just so chill. Like I don't have to like. I also just need to clear out my boxes. It's kind of like a win-win, you know? I have to clear out my boxes for extra space for egg hunting and stuff and other activities. Clearing out your boxes is something you gotta do in Pokemon. Once you reach like intermediate to end game, you realize how often you have to do this. Even someone like myself who's very lucky and like, I have so many boxes, right? Very, very privileged, but damn, I still have so much stuff. Look at this, I have to clear out. It's a ton. I'm gonna start trying to speed sell stuff a little quicker. Bro, the amount of markets that are being like altered drastically. Event economy is so funny. Look at this. 18K for a soft sand. Oh, boys, I'm rich. Wait, this is why. I will say it once. I will say it again. Stock up on stupid items like this that are usually 1,500 Pokeyen. Market manipulator. I didn't even know this was I didn't even know that these were cranked up. That is like, I just buy tons of items like this. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for telling me, Kev. I didn't even know. I just buy items like this. I'm gonna try to sell 8 for like 17. We'll see if someone undercuts them. Someone's definitely gonna undercut. Someone's definitely gonna. I want to see. We'll see if these sell. 7K listing fee. If one of them sells, we get profit. That's all we gotta wait for. 8. Wait, they insta sold. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? That is the easiest profit I've ever made in PokeMMO history. What? We'll do 10 more? No, we'll do 20 more. What? They insta-sold? I don't get. That I actually... Did someone misclick? 16,999. We're undercutting, boys. 16,998. Was it a miss? What happened? What could have possibly happened there? Someone bought the 16,999 ones. Oh, now we're getting competitors. That's okay. I made my Pokeyen. I'm happy with that. That's so crazy, dude. 143K. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. That's actually, bro, before the update, that entire stack of 108 soft sands would have been worth about that Pokeyen. Would have been worth about 143k. Right? I think less than that. Wait, 108 times 15. It would have been worth about that, right? That's insane. And now because of raids and updates, like they spike up. I get that's it, out of 8 of them sell for the same price as the stack of 108, and bam, boom, they're selling more. What is happening? I cannot believe they're selling this fast. That's what's crazy to me. What are people buying them for? Is it just for the event? What is... I assume it's because they were good at certain activities. This is crazy to me. Check ground gem price and mysterious gem clusters. I think it... Oh my... Wait, if... Oh, I can just sell all of them then. Well, I'll keep like 5. I don't know. Wait, that's insane. If people are using them to make profit by crafting the gems, that's fine. I'm happy to go ahead and just sell. Okay, this might be genuinely... I'm going to do 17,998. This genuinely might be one... What? This might be some of the stupidest, dumbest, most insane profit I've ever gotten in PokeMMO. Selling a stack of soft sand for like 1.8 mil across all of the... That is ridiculous. Holy crap. That's actually like... That might be some of the easiest Pokeyen I've ever made in PokeMMO. Once again, I probably bought those for 1,500 Pokeyen a piece outside of the event. That is actually... That's unfair. That is some rich get richer type shit. But I also recommend, like, you guys can make Pokeyen. I recommend make Pokeyen and just buy shit. Like, just put your Pokeyen into items. Heat rocks are still 20k, by the way. I mean, I might as well sell some more off. That is... I bought these for like 3 to 4k a piece. Dude, this is actually crazy. I mean, I'll try to sell 250 maybe. That's so many for... I don't know if they'll never sell though. It's way too many. It's too many. I'm not gonna sell that many. I'm kind of trolling. You want to sell in small increments. Don't troll like I almost did. We'll do 29, make it an even 250. We'll sell them for 16,800. There we go. We'll see how that goes. This is ridiculous. Okay, so far from week 2 and week 3, I made about 80k selling this Pokemon, which is honestly not much at all. 40k profit per catch event. Basically, like, not counting the thing of Pokeball, the cost of Pokeballs, not great. Hopefully, you guys had better luck, but definitely not great there, but that's okay. We have week 4 coming up, which is the best one. Having all of these male bug types sell for a fair bit. This Pokeyen, like, these things that I'm selling do also sell quickly, and I'm selling them for, like, the lowest price, so you will actually, like, if you're a new player, like, you still get, like, you know, a little bit of Pokeyen, and it's nice to see that instant Pokemon, that pretty quick Pokemon return. I'm going to list all of these. To see how all of these have been listed for like less than 20 minutes, everything on page 1, don't listen to any of these. If you see these for less than 20 minutes, right? Someone who's buying bug egg group Pokemon to breed for a shiny, they're going to buy like a shit ton. They're going to buy up to like a certain price, like 60, 90, hundreds of them, right? So I'm going to list all of mine for essentially 2,999 to undercut the 3K. And that's where you'll see like your maximum profits. I might even do 2,998 like this. So each of these, how many Pokemon are there? There's 16 of them. So all 16 of these, I'm at 80k right now. 16 of these I will sell for 3k a piece, which is 2k profit per piece. So it's 32. So we're going to go back to our 80k. We're going to do plus 32k. And that's just going to quick calc selling all of these base price bug male Pokemon. All right, next up is the best catch out of all of the catch events I've caught so far, which is this 152 Caterpie with 2 times 31s. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to see if I want to calc it at special attack or physical attack. That's like one thing you have to kind of keep in mind. So you want to do bug egg group 31, 31, and do 25 plus. Now I'm going to ignore the attack stat because you don't really want to buy one for both usually. So it's going to be at least, well, this one has 27 plus speed as well. That's kind of rough for me, but this is probably like 30k would be my guess. If I want to switch out the attack for special attack, let's see, even though it has both, this seems to go for a lot more, and that's why you check both. Okay, that's a big deal. So I am going to sell it for as a physical attacker, essentially. So I'm going to list this for 499, like this. 50k for a 2 times 31 catch is like actually on the higher end nowadays. So that's like really nice. Plus 47k after listing fee. So we're at 160k so far. over 3 weeks of catch events. We still have some more Pokemon to catch. Now that makes that one catch made our catch event per catch, made our Pokeyen per catch event that like much higher. Yeah, speaking of, we talked about this a few times on stream. I'm gonna go ahead and buy 3 prismatic pearls because so right now the new best single encounter lead shiny Pokemon is now shiny Golurk. Yeah, why is it the best? It's the best because it has no guard, which means it gets you 10% more increased encounters, but it's also a ghost type Pokemon, which lets you dodge Shadow Tag and like Arena Trap, certain abilities like that. So like this is actually super relevant. This is now the best like Pokemon to use at like what's it called? The Valley, the Ruin Valley in Kanto, where you single encounter shot for Yanma. But there's Wobbuffets there, right? So historically, you would have to sacrifice the 10% encounters for the ability to be able to like use a flying type or a runaway Pokemon, like a Raticate. I would usually use my shiny Raticate there, right? To be able to run away from the Shadow Tag. But now I can just use this and get the 10% boost of encounters. I can show you actually. Well, I'll have to suck the hidden ability off. We'll just do that really quick. I do have to buy a Golurk with hidden ability access, which hopefully isn't too expensive, but it's probably going to be decently expensive. We already bought the prismatic pearl, so we might as well. Let me check Golets first, and we'll do Golurks. 100k. Honestly, I'll buy that up. That's honestly not bad. So for someone who's never seen what this looks like, let me show you. So it brings up this menu, right? Prismatic pearls. Select 2 Pokemon to transfer hidden ability access. We're gonna do Golurk onto this Golurk, right? Idris on the right will gain hidden ability attribute and will change its ability to no guard. Golurk left ability will be removed. Total cost 3 prismatic pearls. Transfer. So it consumes those prismatic pearls, gets rid of, it sucks off hidden ability access on this Golurk. So now I can sell this Golurk as an alpha Golurk, but I don't want to sell it as a hidden ability access Golurk. And now my shiny has hidden ability access with no guard. And if you lead your party with no guard, it says right up here, 10% plus 10% wild Pokemon encounters. So super cool. Now this is now officially the best, like objectively the best single encounter lead Pokemon. A lot of times you might not need this, but I think it's pretty cool. Okay, let me try to sell this alpha Golurk. The problem is I want to sell this alpha Golurk at a genuine price because I don't know if there's any hidden ability. Let's see. Oh man, there's no Golurks without hidden ability that are also alpha on the GTL right now. So I don't know what to list this for. That's kind of unfortunate. I don't want to like scam someone and then make them think they're buying a Golurk with, you know what I'm saying? I'll hang on to it for now because I don't want it to be seen as yeah, I don't want someone to actually buy it. I'm gonna hang on to it. Maybe we'll even do like an alpha. We'll breed for the Shalfa Golurk. That'd be the real. We'll do 1 breed. Oh my god, 51 of my soft sands just sold. Dude, they all sold. They all sold. They all sold. This might actually be the most insane, ridiculous, easy Pokeyen I've ever made in PokeMMO. I probably bought these for 1,500 a piece and sold for, what is that, 10 times, 100 times value? That's ridiculous. I'm going to claim all, boys. Watch the Pokeyen stack. 16.5 mil. Back to what we started with today because I've been spending so much Pokeyen. We'll take it, boys. We will take it. That is... Oh, it's actually so sick to see. Alrighty, fellas. This is the last sale, okay? The last sale out of the first 3 weeks. Well, it's, I guess, 3 weeks out of the... I already sold off all my 4-week... or whatever, my first week of catch events out of the 4, but this is catch events week 2, 3, and 4, so 3 out of the 4. I'm saying this very unclearly, but there we go. So a total of 193k Pokeyen earned from 3 catch events. That's like quite good. Now obviously you might want to subtract like, I don't know, 20k for Pokeballs, probably less, but like maybe if you subtract 20k, you know, it's still 173k for catch events. The beauty, so that's what, divided by 3, that's 58k per catch event, right? Not amazing Pokeyen per hour by any means. You're not doing catch events just for the Pokeyen per hour. You're doing catch events for the decent Pokeyen per hour. You make some Pokeyen, you have shiny chance, you have a chance at an overarching prize like winning a 6x31 Pokemon or a 5x31 shiny or getting qualified for the finals to go for that rare shiny of Kabuto, Ammonite, Aerodactyl, right? I think having the chance at going for one of the rarest shinies in the game, like Aerodactyl, Kabuto, and Ammonite, while making profit 58k per hour is pretty awesome in comparison to having to spend millions and millions per hour to try to go for one naturally, right? So I'm a big fan of catch events. I recommend them. They're a lot of fun. They break up monotony as well. If you're like super locked into a grind, you might want to skip it, but I think catch events are kind of underutilized in Pokemon a little bit. All right, next up, after selling off all those catch event Pokemon, I do have a bunch of Pokemon over in my sell 1 and 2 boxes. And I need space, man. So much of these, I think a lot of these were from Mysterious Great Balls, yes, that I opened during Shiny Wars. And I still have boxes full of this stuff. Like, this has to get sold off. I might even just quick sell a bunch of this stuff. Like 1x31 Seal in Special Attack. I don't know exactly what this is valued at, but like, I might just quick sell this for like, I don't know, like 4K. You know, I'm not like, I think it is better. This is a very funny thing, but once you reach a certain point in the game, I think it is better to just guesstimate and quick sell something. Like, it just quick sold, sure. Than to like sit and like evaluate every 1x31 Pokemon. Like this Druddigon, it's a 1x31 Druddigon. I'm gonna sell it for 8k, right? It's got a defense IV. That's good for it. I'm just gonna start quick selling stuff. So plus 7k, boom, just like that. And just try to get through stuff. Just try to crank through stuff a lot faster, essentially. This Snover, 31 speed. It's in the Fairy Aid group. I'm gonna guess 6k. Would I recommend the average player do this kind of selling? No, absolutely not. This is for like turbo nerds like myself. Yo, that's not bad. I was kind of memeing, but like, this is actually worth way more yen than I expected. A 1x31 defense Shuckle, plus its sassy nature. Ooh, I wonder if I should actually, let's do 25 plus here and then do, none of these are comparable though. What about 20 plus? This is actually better than I thought. What if I just breed this? Should I keep this and breed this as like a comp? There's like some Pokeyen to be made here. Or I could sell it for like 20k, it seems like. Sassy. Yeah, this is like 20k. I kind of want to keep this and breed it. We're going to breed this for a comp. We're going to put this over in keep. Sure. That's actually a really good point. Someone said in chat, yo, Alpha Aerodactyl got added to the Alpha Pokedex, but none are in game yet. That's a really interesting way to like keep an eye out for what's coming in the future of PokeMMO. And it's actually really good motivation for me to actually complete my Alpha Pokedex. Previously, I've never really completed my Alpha Pokedex because you just buy it. You just buy alphas, breed them, and that's how you get like them into your deck. It's really easy and kind of dumb, right? But if I complete my Alpha Dex, then it's a lot easier to tell when new ones are added, right? And it makes it a lot easier to track when new ones are, yeah, right, you get it. So like that's actually a huge benefit. So maybe in the future it'll be worth going for. This probably be a goal that I shoot for maybe coming up. We'll have to see in like November or something like that. The only scary thing is these alpha starters. These are so expensive, but you can like, you know, buy them, breed them, level them up, and then sell them off. So hopefully you can like net neutral or like go profitable in the end, but it's still a lot of capital to sink in. Like these cost like, some of these cost like 15 mil a piece. All right, we're quick selling off some Jinx because their values are just in the mud, man. Being openable from so many mysterious balls, as well as being a female-only species, as well as not being that good in PVM or PvP. I do think Jinx is kind of underrated, honestly. It has like a really nice special attack stat and speed stat. Like it can do some pretty interesting stuff. It's Ice Psychic, which is a really cool typing, but nonetheless, we're gonna sell this Jinx off for probably pennies on the dollar. It's gonna be really cheap. Watch this. Like, if we do this, sort by lowest, like, yeah, a 3x31 being 12k, but it's the price. That is the price, what it goes for. So we'll list that off, do plus 11k on the calculator. Now up to 250k total brought in from selling stuff today. So we're making some nice progress, fellas. That's actually so Giga Chad that you remembered that, Omega. Today, yes, today it's Veterans Day, 11-11. Today is the day that Skyrim one was released. I think 13 years ago, 2011. I think it was also the same day Modern Warfare 3 was released. I remember because that was my 2 Christmas gifts that year. That was what I got. Modern Warfare 3 and Skyrim. And I got Modern Warfare 3 early and grinded the shit out of multiplayer. What a great time. This is why it's so good to check like species versus egg group. I was gonna sell this Ammonite for like 10k, which is still a really good price, and I was very happy with that. However, because it's an Ammonite, a fossil Pokemon, it's actually worth like not double, but like a significant amount more, right? I just gained an extra like 6,000 Pokeyen just for checking both egg group and species, which is super important. So we'll do plus 15k on that. We're now over the 300k barrier, boys. All right, I'm finally selling off this Zeb Strika. This was from the Lunar New Year event, and it goes for a solid 80k. It has the like Spirit of Spring particle effect. Nothing crazy, but like, I don't know, a free 80k for something sitting in my boxes like that, or 90k. I'm very, very happy with that. So we'll do plus 88k or 85k. This is the level of stuff, like, to a lot of players, like 85k sitting in their box is a lot of like that's like so ridiculous, right? Like I need to stop being lazy and start selling this stuff off, which is what today's stream is all about. So let's continue, fellas. I do think this is a really interesting question that got brought up recently in my comments. I think it was Mike Cusack, I think, said this. He was like, I think people should ask themselves if this is not even a PokeMMO thing. This is like totally like just general video game, right? If you're playing a video game and the game devs told you, hey, we're never going to update this game ever again, would you keep playing, right? And I think this is actually like a really important way to like decide whether or not you should continue to play a game, right? It's almost like an abusive relationship. If you're playing League of Legends, PokeMMO, Overwatch, whatever, right? And you don't like the game and you're hoping for like an update to fix it, it is like unironically I'll just stick with them until they fix themselves. Like this is like an actual abusive relationship. I think the answer to like you should always say yes. Now, for what period of time? Maybe you play it for like 2 weeks, 2 years, like that, you know, that dependent of time can differ. That's fair depending on the game. But like obviously like old games like Sly Cooper, right? That game's not getting fucking updates. The Sly Cooper, you know, the games, once games were pushed out on PS1, PS2, it was out. That was it. If you asked me, like if PokeMMO never got an update ever again, I would still play for years and years and years, right? Yo, what's up, Mike? Yeah, Mike's in chat. What are the odds? Most games that I play, I think if you're playing a game like this, if you wouldn't continue playing for a fair period of time, if it never had any updates, like that might be a sign that maybe it's time for you to play a different game, which is okay. I don't want people to like have these toxic relationships where it's like they don't enjoy the game unless there's new content. Like it's like if you can't be content with what's in the game currently, I think that's I want you to play games you enjoy. That's really sad. That's like a big problem, I feel like, right? If you're hoping for a new update to fix something or whatever, like I think you're putting yourself in a losing position. If the next update does, you'll always be sad, right? I think you should play games expecting no updates, and then if updates happen, that's awesome. It's you know, it's awesome. If the updates are bad, feel free to critique them. I'm not saying you should appreciate and like, glaze every update always. Some are good, some are bad, but I think you should expect no updates, and then go based on what happens, right? If you're hoping for an update to save a game, you probably shouldn't be playing that game. In my personal opinion, that's just how I feel. Okay, the reality is I probably should keep selling more Pokemon. The problem is I don't wanna. I'm tired. I'm gonna stop. I made 390k Pokeyen expected profit from cleaning out some of my boxes today. That's good enough for me for now. We're gonna call it there. We're gonna go collect some Pokeyen from the GTL. We sold a bunch of items today as well, though. I made a bunch of Pokeyen via that. So very, very happy with how, look, all this. There's a lot of small stuff getting sold as well. The stuff just sells so quickly right now, which is really, really nice because good IV Pokemon are really in demand right now with all the raids and such. So we're gonna go up to almost 17 million Pokeyen, making back some of the Pokeyen that we've been like spending aggressively throughout this event. And now I'm gonna go, we're gonna go trade in. There's actually a kid out here. Spooky candies and special candies are kind of like slowly going up in price a little bit. I think they were 40k recently for spookies. They're back up to like 60k. It's actually crazy that towards the end of the event, it's getting better to grind these activities. I think more people are getting tired of doing it, and also a lot of people want to get the pumpkin done just in time for the event. So spooky candy farming is really good right now. I'm gonna grab a team to allow myself to defeat this kid out here, right here, and then we're gonna start trading into it to hopefully get a spooky candy or a goodie bag, and then I'll trade it. Look at this little fucking munchkin, and then we'll trade in some swarm Pokemon over to these kids. Another mysterious ball added to the collection. How many dust balls do I have right now? Let me go check. Mysterious. I have 107. That's not bad. They're worth like 40k a piece. So if you just do this, like if you just, I think the best way to make the most Pokeyen in PokeMMO / the Halloween event right now is just to farm fight kids whenever they pop up. You can do like 3 every 20 minutes. Like there's a certain amount you can only do, and then whenever you're not farming kids or fighting kids, go farm swarms. Alrighty, fellas, after conquering my man in a very skill-based PvP battle, true and real. That's where I'm going to call it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like the stream and the stream recap if you did. It means the world to me. Dislike if you did not today. That's totally okay. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. I love the Shiny Relicanth. Every single day. You can watch me on Twitch Monday through Friday for streams at 12 p.m. ET, and also on Saturday and Sunday for the upcoming catch events. If you want to join the Discord, it's linked down in the description. If you want to go above and beyond and support my content, if it's earned it from you and you can afford it, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo do help out a ton, but it's never required. I will always try to offer the best free content I can for PokeMMO guides, information, entertainment, and some cringe stuff here and there. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Enjoy PokeMMO or enjoy whatever game you're playing. Peace Reno, fellas. Hey, what's up? Patrouski here, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me, and if your name is listed here, that means you went above and beyond and supported the channel financially, which allows me to even be here and have the time to do this. So thank you so very much.